Money Mo. Hey,
Welcome,
Money
welcome
Mo.
to the No Cap Sports Show podcast. With sports and combos collide, I'm your host, Cobra. We back in the building.
I'm your host, Mo Money. Glad to be back.
I'm your host, O-Dog, a.k.a. O, a.k.a. O, what it is, a.k.a. Money Mo is back in the building and he come in shots fired. Shots fired.
Hey, listeners and viewers, I hope you liked our little musical intro. You know what I'm saying? I worked all night on that. You know what I'm saying? I was on the congos and all that. I did all the instruments. You know what I'm saying? In case you missed, I see some of y'all joining in late.
Yeah. This is Killer Cow the Animal, and I want to welcome you to a sports experience like no other. You are now tuned into the No Cap Sports Show, where sports and combos collide. Authentic, unapologetic, no edits, no cap.
No cap.
Hey, OG Fredo, I know you watching. That boy, hey, your nephew showing off, boy. Yeah, Cole.
Yes, sir.
I love it. That's what's up. Hey,
What's up,
Boom
brother?
said
We
he
got
good.
Mo Money back in the building, man. You know this gonna be a great show now, old dog.
Hey, look, Boom said he feeling a little under the weather. He's sick once again. Cole, you know how that is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
So, yeah, man. You already know. So, send a shout out to Big Poon. Hope you feel. Hopefully you get better soon, brother.
Big Poon, aka Anthony Davis.
AKA Anthony Day.
Yes, sir.
You
Man,
already know.
Man, we got some good topics to discuss today, man. The playoffs for the NBA in full force.
Oh, yeah.
We just had the NFL draft, man, and there was a lot of big storylines in the NFL. But we gonna put that, you know, we're gonna put that in the back burner because we got a special surprise guest coming on the show, and I know he gonna want to chop it up about the events that took place at that NFL draft. So, man, I think we should just start off, man, talking about these NBA playoff games, man.
Hey, I can't wait to hear what Money Mo gonna say, man. It's been a minute, Money Mo. What you got for us, Money Mo?
Yeah.
So, the way I looked at it, man, I'm glad to be back, man. I had a lot of time to think. I was in some places where I had no signal. So I ain't had nothing but time to think.
Yeah.
And so as I look at these NBA playoffs right now, I think what you're watching is a changing of the guard. As you're seeing some of these younger teams like the Houston Rockets, the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Detroit Pistons, it happens, right?
Yeah.
The NBA landscape is changing. It's moving in a younger direction. Cade Cunningham, some of these other guys, and of course, Ant-Man, they on deck. And then some of your older stars, it's never a good way to go out when you a superstar, right? Unless you Tim Duncan or David Robinson, right? It don't look well for LeBron to go out like this in the first round, right? I know he don't have help, but it just doesn't sit well with us LeBron fans, but it is what it is. But I'm gonna put something on your mind before y'all give y'all takes. So I really had some time to think about it. So one team is missing. The Dallas Mavericks is missing from these playoffs, right? And I got to thinking about it. Man, over the course of time, the Dallas Mavericks have had Luka Doncic, Jalen Brunson. If you go back a little further, Jason Kidd, Steve Nash, they just been giving away superstar talent for so long. There's no reason why they shouldn't be in these playoffs, especially with Jalen Brunson and Luka Doncic in your wheelhouse.
Yeah. Agree 100%.
You was rolling so much, Money Mo. Keep going, shit. I ain't going after that. Keep going.
Hey, look, you been gone for a minute, man. We gotta let you cook.
We let you cook.
Until the viewers and listeners, you know, Mo Money say he been gone, and you know he couldn't, you know, he didn't have the reception to do his thing. Just because he a black man, don't think he was locked up. He was he was handling some official business, man. He make power moves.
No question.
Well, you know what? I got one for you, old dog. Right now, it's in your state. I got to thinking about another young man. Right?
Oh Lord,
I did it right. I did because, and this for my OG Fredo, right? I know you watching. A few years ago, we had a debate about KD's legacy and what that would look like. It doesn't sit right with Mo Money that he couldn't make the play in. I don't know if y'all talked about that or not. We got
we
10
did a little bit. We did a little bit. We did a little bit, but we
and you could be one.
I know, Money Mo. It's tough out here in these streets, out here in AZ, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. It get a little tough out here, man. On a Friday night, man. You gotta have your mind right, man. But no, on a serious note, you 100% right, man. And I personally feel like since he's been here, Devin Booker's progress has regressed, right?
Yeah,
that's just my personal opinion. I feel a lot of times when he's because of the respect he has for the OG and Big Bro, I think he sort of, plays second hand to him when he should be like, nah, fuck that. This is my city. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
I think he should, it should be one instead of, okay, you the one, I'm the two or whatever. I think it should be 1A and 1A minus, right? Or whatever. And sometimes when you see him in the game, you see him sort of like making, there's no really no rhythm. They just, whoever's hot, that's who's taking the shots, which is cool. Which is cool because that's the way it's supposed to be. But you can do that within the team. You can do that within the system of the game, And then Bradley Beal, he just collected, what I'm saying, power to him. Had a long career, and he getting his chips. But I went to the game against Golden State a couple of weeks ago, man, and I know it was their last couple games, but I mean that was embarrassing, man. Embarrassing. So,
yeah.
I don't know, Cole. What you got, man?
Man, look, man, I've been enjoying, except for a couple games, I've been enjoying these playoff matchups. The Clippers and Nuggets, they haven't failed us. That's a hard fought playoff series, and it's been going back and forth. I'm loving to see Kawhi Leonard out there healthy and looking like himself. Man, them boys out there boogieing, man. I think they go back to LA for the next game, if I'm not mistaken. And I have every expectation that the Clippers are going to tie this series up and push it to a game 7. So I would love to see a game 7 between the Nuggets and Clippers. And I think that game, what was it, game 4? I think that game should have went in overtime. I don't think that tip dunk at the end by Aaron Gordon, I don't think that should have counted. I think because I think it was too close to call. Because I mean, we watched it. They kept showing it in slow motion about 20 times, and I couldn't tell you one way or another. You know what I'm saying?
And that ball was in the rim. You ain't never seen Five Slammer Jammer, Benny Valvito,
bro. That ball was on his fingers, bro.
Man, the man had caught the ball, and threw the ball through the rim, bro. It wasn't all the way through the net, but it was in the cylinder.
Yeah,
man, you ain't never seen Five Slammer Jammer with Val Valvito, man. Great.
I saw that, but that was legit. I ain't have no problem with that play right there. But that play, that Denver Clippers game, man, that was too close. You don't end the game like that.
Now you say
let's go to overtime. Let's go to overtime.
It was a vicious game. When you put it like that, 100%, you're right. That joint was a vicious game. I wouldn't mind seeing a little overtime. And let me be not to change the topic. We still talking about the basketball, but let me be the first one to give you your flowers, young man. My boy Ethan. I know Oklahoma State. Cade Cunningham. I apologize. You're doing your thing, young man, and I love to see it. So keep doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? Now you do got to cut down in your turnovers. Come on, man. Cut down on your turnovers. And you cut down on your turnovers. I'm telling you, man, you having a great, you having a good series. I love how you competing. I love how you taking it, taking charge when you need to take charge, and also facilitating when they come in the W and stuff like that. So, and I love how you competing in the Garden.
Yeah,
the biggest show of them all.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Yeah.
So salute to you, man. Hey, Money Mo, I fried him on here a couple weeks ago when he had the 4 back turnovers.
but he going against.
Hey, look, that's a great segue because that was actually the next game I was going to talk about. That Pistons Knicks series, man. That's a 90 series. If I've never seen one, man, it's physical.
Them boys going at it.
They're going at it, and more money. And I was talking about it before we went live, man. I just think right now, if you look at the series and just you wipe the scores away and everything, Detroit Pistons has been outplaying the Knicks the entire series. But
should have had game 1. They was up 8. Remember, fourth quarter.
Yeah, but the difference is the fourth quarter, them final few minutes, that experience, and the fact that you have Jalen Brunson and Towns, you have a tandem that's making big play after big play. Where you know what I'm saying, you don't have a consistent second guy with the Pistons. You know what I mean? The best option they have is really Schroeder. Because Schroeder, he a big time performer. He don't care about the moment. So
he from Africa, man. He from Africa, over there, Blood Diamonds, man. He don't care about nothing about that. That boy been playing basketball with no shoes on. You hear me? What you talking about, boy?
Yeah.
That boy from Africa. You hear me? Sir. What you talking about? They got lions on the sideline, tigers, bears. What you talking about? Think he care about them boys when they be talking trash to him? That's why he just look at them and talk whatever he say. He don't care about none of that. That boy from Africa. You hear me?
He go hard. Hey, and that's the reason why a couple years ago he was MVP of the World Games for Germany.
Yeah.
They won the whole thing. He was MVP because Slim go hard.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to be real about it,
he gonna get traded 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times. But he gonna end up somewhere and he gonna make a play. That's all I care about.
The Lakers wouldn't be in the Western Conference Finals without him a few years ago. He was instrumental in that.
But you always when you talk about Schroeder, you always gotta think about that bonehead decision he made a few years ago when he turned down about $70 million and ended up getting what? 5?
He turned $70 million down from who?
The Lakers.
And then he ended up going where? Boston or somewhere?
Yeah.
And end up getting some short money. He was calling himself betting on himself and thinking he was going to get a better or bigger contract, but it didn't happen, and it haven't happened since.
Well, speaking of betting on yourself, you know, we got a surprise guest coming up. Man, that's his motto, bet on yourself. So you never know, man. Sometimes you got to, but I think Schroeder messed it up on this.
Oh, yeah. Whatever say. So the Lakers Timberwolves, of course, you know, I'm rooting for the Lakers to pull it out, but it's not.
You're not rooting for you not with me and Ant-Man?
No, I love Ant-Man. Hey, look, I love Ant-Man. Ant-Man is a dog. Hey, look, if they close out the Lakers and they move on, hey, you're gonna see me rooting that young man on for the rest of the way. But
hey,
I got this guy. You know,
wait a minute, hold on.
I gotta go with the king.
Cole, hold on, Cole. I always wanted to ask Money Mo this. Money Mo love LeBron.
I do.
You love the Lakers.
I love the Lakers.
But you rock with LeBron.
That's my era, man. You know.
Okay, but the thing is, if you look over your left shoulder, maybe you're right. I guarantee it's some Jordans somewhere in that office.
Oh,
where? Where's your LeBron?
They upstairs. I only got one pair.
That's my
you ain't asked me that, cuz.
I don't really care what you got.
Hey, cause he already know the answer. He see my closet full of LeBrons in there.
Actually,
I got no Jordans.
No, your closet is full with what was that? The Indiana Pacers when they said they went the earlier that day they went to the gun shop. That is what
you got the John Wick over there, huh?
Man, some of your artillery makes no sense to have in a home. Like, you hear me? You think we at Andrews Air Force Base?
Hey, shout out to the NRA, man. We looking for some sponsorship at the No Cap Sports Show.
Shout out to the NRA, man. I promise you, man.
Got
Please,
things.
Hey,
my GOAT is Kobe. It's always gonna be Kobe. If we gotta go a GOAT, that's my dude. He's for me. He's what Jordan was for y'all, man.
I got you. Next top, I got you. God rest in peace. No, God rest in peace. Oh, hey,
look, Kobe a bad boy, but
no question.
He not in the GOAT conversation for me.
What y'all think about this game on right now, the Golden State and Houston?
So I'm glad you brought them up. Look like Houston doing their thing right now. They whooping Golden State, but man, Houston plays dumb. They play dumb on offense. They look like they playing at the wreck on offense. Defense, they get lost. Nobody's talking. They don't have that person on the back line of defense communicating, letting people know where they should be at. And I want to get your opinion on this because it may be unpopular to some of our listeners and our viewers, but man, I think Ime Udoka is overrated as a coach. Just judging by this series, he's making terrible decisions. He's not making any adjustments. God dang, Jalen Green, man, he had one big huge game, and then the rest is single digit games. He's supposed to be your leading scorer, right. But then you got what's the kid whose father used to play in the NBA?
You talking about the dude that went to Auburn? What's his name? Yeah,
you got him playing lights out, man. Let him get those minutes, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm just happy Green he getting scoring some points because when he was doing them 7 points he had in the first game, it was crazy.
Nah, he didn't score no points. He scored points one game.
What you mean he had 2 games for you? I'm talking 2 games where one time he scored 7 and then what he scored the other time in Golden State.
So they play, hold up, what's the series? It's 3-1. So they played 4 games, right?
Yeah. Right. One time he had 7.
He got one double-figure game out of 4. So the other
who are you talking about?
Am I right or wrong?
Who are you talking about?
Green.
What Green?
Jalen, right? That's his name? Jalen Green.
You talking about Draymond?
Who?
I ain't talking about Draymond. I'm talking about the boy that paint his nails.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he playing terrible.
That boy playing terrible.
He playing terrible.
He gotta let Dre. He gotta tell Dre I gotta go.
Oh, let me look.
No, because I thought he had 2 games where he played good.
Look, here we go. I'm gonna tell you his stats. So game 1 against Golden State, he had 7. Game two, he had 38.
Okay.
Game 3, he had 9.
Yes, I said what I said.
Hold up. Game 4, he had 8.
Oh Lord.
And right now, I know it's only like 7 minutes into the game. He got 6 points.
Come on, Dre. You gotta let that man go, man, so his career can blossom.
He under the spell of a succubus.
Man, this nigga under the spell of Bull Durham. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, he made some bad decisions behind the scenes. He should have consulted with Gilbert Arenas first and some other folks.
Shout out to Gilbert Arenas, man. His son, man. Thoughts and prayers from the No Cap Sports Show. Man, with your son, man, wishing them all a speedy recovery. God is good because we do know it could have been the other way. So shout out to Gilbert and his whole family and everybody, and just know we support the youngin', man, and praying for you, Joe. You know what I'm saying, and hope that the man have a good speedy recovery. The good thing about it is he ain't hurt nothing. They said no limbs or no legs, arms, nothing broken. Just fucked up the whip, but that just goes to show you, man, whether you tired or whatever, maybe he can learn something from this. Hey, you tired, wherever you at, stay your ass home, take a nap, and then get you going. You know, I don't know the details, but you know, 4:35 in the morning, I think they say he was on his way to go shoot or whatever. Sometimes a little extra 30 minutes or whatever rest, that help you out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the young man, and wishing him nothing but the best.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Glad that he got released from the hospital and he's home now. So, so that's definitely a good sign.
Absolutely, Kobe. To answer your question though, is he overrated? I think what the Celtics did when he left shows you he was overrated. Like if he was that impactful as a coach, they would have taken a step back. They didn't. They bounced right back, and then they eventually won a championship with Joe Mazzulla. I also think that people underestimate how good Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are. When you got those two guys on the same team, I'm not saying it's a whole lot of coaches that's gonna look good out there. You know what I mean? They're gonna make up for a lot of deficiencies.
Yeah. I think he got the Ty Lue treatment. Cause I'm telling you now, Ty Lue ain't all that great of a coach either. but he benefited from having some guys on his team that made him look like the smart guy in the room. You know what I mean?
I'm about to say how he underrated. Man, that man got Houston last time I checked. Houston wasn't doing, man, they had number 2 seed.
All right, so I'm gonna go
you
ahead.
You just said he don't have nobody on his team.
Say, look,
I can't name nobody but Van Fleet.
I'm gonna take the role of old dog right now. We are measured what we do in the postseason, not the regular season. I don't want to hear nothing about with the 2 seed in the regular season and you won 50, 55 games. What
Say no more. Say no more. Respect that. Hey, salute. But I'm just saying, but I mean, damn, I'm talking about the coach. The coach, I mean, he did help, get him going in the right direction, right?
Yeah, I get it. But when you playing in a playoff series, both teams know each other. This is when you're going to see, the type of adjustments coaches make, the type of lineups, how he switched lineups up, defensive strategy, offensive sets, get the ball into the right people's hands. And
I mean, but but the man did just lose Nia Long 2 years ago, man. God dang, you gotta at least give him a little bit of
nah, he's even more of a donkey for that, bro.
What an idiot.
What an idiot.
That's what I'm saying.
Nia Long, what is wrong with you, boy?
Man, sometimes you just gotta know when to hold him, man. You gotta
Come
know when to hold
him. Was it Ibib Dope? Come on, man.
Yeah,
when to hold him, man.
Come on, man. You already know. But I like
he still want to be tough. He want to be a player. He want to walk up on LeBron. Then the other day, walk up on Steph. He still want to be one of the boys, man.
Hey, Draymond Green, top 5 dirtiest players ever to play in the NBA.
No doubt.
He kicked that man in. He kicked that man in the head, man. He knew what he was doing.
Nah, that was a mistake. I think it was a mistake. It was an accident.
All right.
Hey, Kobe, let's ask Steven Adams.
Ask Steven Adams.
Draymond made a risky decision kicking Steven Adams. Hey.
That's a big
Steven Adams getting paws on that man is over.
Yeah. And you see, don't nobody want no smoke with the Joker because his brothers ain't having it.
No.
Oh, yeah.
His brothers come out the stain.
Yeah, it look like he got them that Peaky Blinders family.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
I'll tell you another guy who on a no smoke team, man, Isaiah Stewart, bro. That ain't a young man that you want to roll up on. He played for
he definitely a crash out. He's a crash out.
Who's that?
He played for the
Isaiah
Pistons.
Stewart for the Pistons. He haven't gotten to play in the series yet because he's injured. I think a knee injury or something like that, or back.
Yeah.
I can't remember. But he hasn't played in the series yet. But he the one always crashing out, always starting brawls.
Oh yeah. I know you're talking about. Yep.
He Cade Cunningham bodyguard.
Yeah, they
Hey,
actually they can use him in this series because the series has been getting chippy. So when you got somebody like that, man, you know, little Debo on your team, you know that can help you. Because you got Carl Anthony Towns, man, he puffing his chest out, man. Isaiah Stewart with a bit leaped on his head.
Hey, Money Mo. I know we talking about the NBA playoffs, and you know we bounce all around. You know what I'm saying, on all kinds of stuff. But what you think about that NIL deal with the young from Tennessee? You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't get a chance to get your take on it. With the young from Tennessee basically trying to hold them hostage and tell them, hey, we need some more bread.
So when I heard about it, I immediately thought about something that you said. You said it's good that the young is getting their bread because it's long overdue.
Right.
But at the same time, there's no substitute for putting in hard work, building a legacy for yourself, and not just jumping from team to team. At the end of the day, in my opinion, you got to earn that, bro. Did you win the SEC? You win a college playoff game? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to earn the extra bag. That's how that works. You know, I know you only work when somebody's willing to pay you, but at the same time, you got to look at it holistically. Now, I don't know what you're getting now, but it ain't what you was getting before. So you got to get advisors. You know what I'm saying? That's just my thing too. Is the youngins, they got to make their own decisions, but somebody got to be an OG and step up and say, hey, look, man, don't mess up your for show money trying to get more money.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And that's and somebody should have told you. Shout out to the Baylor University, because somebody should have told you niggas that all the motherfuckers done left. Baylor University ain't even got a basketball team. Everybody in the port. Now how are you supposed to get you know what I'm saying, used to playing with your teammates and get that continuity, you know what I'm saying, get a rhythm down in every joint. Can you imagine if they had a come on, man. They got to do something, brother.
And it's Baylor, bro. Let's keep it 100. Baylor, their alumni have money. They was paying before NIL.
Bro, that's
an open source secret.
Hey, we know that's that's Texas.
Yeah,
you know Texas don't play down there.
Yes.
Shit, if I could go, hey, look, if I could do it all over again, shit, I would have went to SMU.
Little Eric Dickerson.
Hey, what? Man, I'm mad as shit. I didn't know about they was giving out that bag like that. Shit. Man. I used to look at that little pony horse shit, man, red and white letter, man.
Yep.
Man, I used to, man, if you don't throw that shit in the trash, man, I'm not fucking with them peoples, man.
Yeah.
I used to be like, where is SMU? I didn't even know where it was.
Hey, you didn't even know you was throwing away a lottery ticket.
In Dallas?
In Dallas.
In the 90s? In the 90s?
Hey, look, I made the same mistake. Oh, and you know, my high school coach is from Texas. You know what I mean? He coached high school there for years. He was known. So he had all the Texas schools was coming out to look at me and recruit me and stuff like that. But like I saw, I was like, what's the SMU? Like I see schools like that, and then even TCU. I was like, Christian Mingle. Like,
hey,
I'm like, come on, bro.
Hey, shout out to my boy AJ. AJ went to SMU, got drafted, went to the league, and then played with me up in the Canadian Football League for a couple years. Good brother, doing his thing down there in Dallas, on the outskirts of Dallas. Man, he used to tell me some of them stories, bro. I'm like, damn. He said, "Oh, I'm telling you, it was lit. It was lit, man. It was lit." I said, "Damn, I ain't even," because I saw that Southern Methodist University. I said, "Man, what?" I said, "Man, what?" Oh man, they going to no disrespect to all our people who go to church and everything. I said, this a Methodist church at school? I said, man, no way, I'm going here. You know what I'm saying? Crazy.
100%.
Crazy, man. Crazy, man.
Now,
Hey, we didn't talk about, man, what y'all getting back to the basketball playoffs a little bit. We didn't talk about that Indiana Pacers Milwaukee Bucks series, man. How the last game, Halliburton hit the game-winning shot. Then it was a situation where his dad got into the Greek Freak's face, and it was a little verbal altercation there, man. What's your thoughts on that series first, and then I want to know your guys' opinions on that whole confrontation between father and player.
I mean,
go ahead, Money Mo.
I think the series was lost when they traded my boy Drew Holiday. You know what I'm saying? They ain't been the same since. Chris Middleton.
Hey, look, salute to you. You called it off the bat. You called
it. He did. Yeah, he did.
And I think Giannis is eventually gonna have to leave Milwaukee. It happened to Lou Alcindor. It's happened to a lot of great players. You have to leave the situation you in. Don't be too loyal. That's the other side of the NIL. You could be too loyal. Because I don't think it's gonna happen in Milwaukee. I said the Drew Holiday, Dame Lillard trade, but I mean they did give him a superstar, right? Where you gonna go from Dame Lillard? You're not gonna go too much up from there, so you gotta leave. You know what I'm saying? Force your way out. Go play with Luka. But as far as the series is concerned, man, I think a lot of people underestimate Rick Carlisle as a coach. Halliburton is a good player. I'm still not saying he's a great player. I think a lot of the times Rick Carlisle's system allows point guards to shine like a Halliburton. He's a good player, but he's not a great player because he still makes some mistakes. And as far as
no, Mo, we might gotta start putting that. He's better than good.
I tell you what, if he do
it, a star, he's not a superstar.
There we go.
Yeah, okay.
There we go. There we go. Now, as far as the dad coming on the court, it's like this. If it was my pops, I'd tell him, look, I love you. I appreciate you sticking up for me, but I need you to sit your ass in them stands. Because once you come out here, now I got to take it in a different direction. You understand what I mean? Because if Giannis would have stood on business, now we got to go a whole different direction with this situation. Do what you're going to do, support me, but don't be getting in players' face. Not unless it's a disrespectful thing. Like Giannis disrespect my mom or he disrespected you. But other than that, enjoy the game. Don't be getting in players' face because then now I'm going to have to do something. You put them in a compromising position.
Yeah, for sure. Man.
What you think, Cole?
Well, first the series, I think the series went the way I thought it was going to go because Indiana Pacers seemed like their team was built for the playoffs. I like Halliburton at the lead of that team because I think he has a great feel for when he needs to be a scorer or when he needs to be a big time facilitator because he does both at an elite level. And I think that he really makes the players around him better because if you think about it, the Pacers don't really have no big name marquee players, but everybody maximizes their role on the court.
Yeah, they play well together.
Yeah, they play well together, and they have a confidence or a little cockiness almost. They got a little edge to them that people I think overlook. People look at Halliburton like, oh, this little soft, little light-skinned dude playing point guard because you hear a lot of people talk bad about Halliburton for whatever reason they don't like him, but he a dog out there. Like he'll get in your face. He talk his shit, but he back it up. You know what I'm saying?
Uncle, they say his uncle Eddie Jones.
Yeah, his uncle. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, so I mean he got good pedigree in terms of that last game, of course Halliburton hit the game-winning shot and he hit it on Giannis. Giannis supposed to be this great defensive player, but a lot of people take advantage of him on them one-on-one matchups, just to be real. I think Giannis get a lot of credit for his defense because he does well at being a rim protector.
Right.
But with the father, I don't care if you're father, mother, sister, brother, cousin, fiance, wife, girlfriend, you stay your ass off the court. You don't get yourself involved in grown man business and that basketball stuff out there. That's between player versus player. Like, don't nobody want to see you and don't nobody want to hear from you. You are not the player. You're not the one getting this multi-million-dollar contract, and you're not the one that's on ESPN, TNT, and that we want to see. So stop trying. I don't care who you are. Stop trying to get the light shine on you. Get your little 5 minutes of fame or whatever you want to call it, man. Just stay out the way. It kind of reminded me years ago. You remember when LeBron played for Cleveland and he got a little scuffle, I think with the Pistons or maybe it was the Celtics, and his mom jumped up there and LeBron said, "Sit your ass down." You know what I'm saying? Sometimes as a player, you gotta tell your people, man, sit your ass down. This not for you. So I think it was an embarrassing moment for the Halliburton family for his father to do that. Oh, dog, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, he lucky he went up to a Greek, the Greek, because normally us Greeks, you know, I'm Greek. I got my shield on right now.
There you go.
He lucky it wasn't my father, Leonidas. Leonidas would have discarded him. But on a serious note. But on a serious note, man, I agree 100% with what you're saying. But also tip your hat to Giannis on a serious note as well, because he could have, like, because when they on that court, that's their safe haven, that's their space, right? Mm-hmm. They let them go everywhere else around the outskirts of the basketball court, but when you on that court, it's not supposed to be. And I heard Shaq and them talking about it, after the game, and yeah, people come on the court, but like Kenny and Charles Barkley was saying, nah, you can't get on not on the court. Now around the court, whatever, talk your trash, do what you want to do, but you can't come up. This man walked in the middle of the court, almost at the half court, and holding up the sign and stuff like that. So, luckily, the Greek Freak brother still wasn't on the team, because he would have crashed out. That was his job.
Yeah. He wouldn't have went for that.
Yeah, he would. He the protector. So
that would have been unacceptable.
Yeah, but as far as the overall series, Money Mo called it. And I just think Giannis can't. He's a ball dominant guy, and so is Dame Lillard. So the match ain't good. And even though Kobe, we thought it would be good with the pick and roll, and Dame, you know what I'm saying, could help him out. Yeah, that ain't. That ain't what it was. So shout out to Money Mo for calling that shit 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a spot for you in LA, Giannis.
Yeah.
Real good catching live from Luka.
Yeah, I think if I was him, I'd trade Dame too. Get him out of here. And then Milwaukee start over. The Greek Freak did what he did for. He can't do no more. He brought a championship to that market. Milwaukee.
Yeah, Milwaukee ain't trying to do that because Greek Freak put butts in the seat, you know what I'm saying? And then you in Milwaukee, so you're not at an attractive destination for big-time free agents. So they're not going to let him go just freely. If anything, if Giannis really pushed to get up out of there, they're going to try their best to set up a big-time trade so they at least.
That's what I'm saying. Just trade and try to get something for him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you somebody in the front office, I mean, reward the man for rewarding y'all. Man, he did everything he could do. You know what I'm saying, for your organization. Let that man go and try to trade and get something for him now. So that way it's a win-win on both sides.
That's right.
Yeah, for sure. We was about to we didn't really get into it. We was about to talk about the Lakers Timberwolves series, but I want to know from you guys, do you think the Lakers can overcome being down 1-3 to the Minnesota Timberwolves, or are they cooked?
Not no, but hell no. It's
over.
Not with that Ant-Man. Ant-Man out there playing zero coverage, press coverage, jamming that man like he on a football field. Yeah. Come on, man. Mm-hmm. You ain't never seen nobody push LeBron around like that, jam him up like he running a route. Mm-hmm. That man checking that man's 94 feet. You know what I'm saying? And going at him, talking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah, you gotta love it.
Hey, look, I'm an Ant fan.
Yeah,
I'm an Ant fan.
you can't help but to be an Ant fan.
Yeah.
Money Mo, what you think they I ain't trying to be funny. I ain't trying to be funny right now. But when I brought this up last time, Kobe and them, they try to get on me. I'm being serious.
Okay.
Do you now? You got somebody who's up for the MVP of the G League. Don't you think that they maybe should try to get little Bronny some minutes and try to, maybe?
Man, look, man, no, man, we ain't starting that shit, man. That nigga, hey, Mo Money, man, why you gotta be so petty, man? Hey, man, he a petty dude, man. Hey, cuz you petty as shit, man.
Salute the old dog. Hey, old dog.
Hey, he thought his question all serious to you, Mo Money, man. You thought it was something you really had to think about, man.
Profound. I was like, all right.
Man, he a petty dude, man.
Hey, you know what, old dog? I'm gonna go there with you. Shit, if you're gonna play LeBron and Luka 45 minutes, anybody can get in there for.
I mean, at least he can get in there and give him a little defense or something, right?
Give him a break, shit.
God dang.
Playing LeBron for 40 minutes is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, shit, why not? I mean, you on the playoff roster. If you on the bench, you dressed up, throw him out on the court. But
it can't hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying, and then he gonna play. He gonna play with that energy because his dad gonna fry his ass when he gets to the house. He better come in there and get a steal or something.
Yeah, at least give him a few minutes, see what he gonna bring you.
Yeah.
If he does well, stick with him. If not, sit him back
down.
That's
all I'm saying.
Yeah, I get it. But it still was a level of pettiness to the shit you were saying. But I feel you.
I'm being serious right now. You know what I'm saying? I was being serious right then. I know I started laughing.
But I agree with you last week when you mentioned it, but I went another direction with it. I think they need to be playing Dalton Knecht. I don't know why Dalton Knecht is at the end of the bench because he's shown that he's one of their best two outside threats in terms of 3-point shooting. Even when he get in and scrub minutes, he gonna get them 2-3 threes to drop. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a bona fide scorer. And so I don't know if JJ Redick has him at the end of the bench or not getting any PT because of his defense, but I'm looking at the Lakers team now, like none of them playing defense. You got an old man that's 40, year 22, your best defender. And then when that's the case, you're in a bad spot. And we talked about that earlier, Mo Money. You know what I'm saying? Like the Minnesota Timberwolves, they have so many offensive threats on their team. And they got, they have some tall, long arm players and athletic players, bouncy. You know what I'm saying? They get into the rim with no resistance because the Lakers don't have rim protection. And even the Minnesota Timberwolves said that in the post-game interview. They don't have no rim protector. So we can be aggressive and drive to the hole. We're not worrying about nobody bothering our shot. Because most of the time, they got the tallest people in the court. You know what I'm saying? So
is Jackson Hayes 7 feet?
But Jackson Hayes ain't getting no bump. He might sometimes he don't even start. And the other day he started, he might play the first several minutes and then he was gone for the rest of the game. But that makes me scratch my head of them sending that boy back to the Charlotte Bobcats talking about he didn't pass his physical. That's bullshit. That boy went back to Charlotte and put up huge numbers for the rest of the season. He was out like 18, 19, 13 rebounds, about 2-3 blocks. That's what you need right now. He a legit 7 foot. Legit.
What about the youngin that played with Luka in Dallas? That's with the Lakers now. I thought he was sort of like a defender when him and Luka was in Dallas, right?
Well, which one? Maxi Cleveland?
No, you talking about Dorian Finney-Smith, right?
Yeah.
But Dorian Finney-Smith ain't number 6'6".
Yeah. I mean, he trying, but it's Ant-Man, bro. I mean, shit, ain't nothing you can do. I mean, he trying.
Look, I don't know what happened. So the first 2 games, I don't know what happened to their strategy. Run two people, double team Ant. Make one of those other guys beat you. Make them be special.
Right.
Yeah, that first game, Timber was sitting right there. And it was a long night for him. I was talking crazy to him all night. You know what I mean? Because Minnesota was shooting the cover off the basketball. They were shooting the level. I think they shot something like 60% in that first game. It was crazy.
They couldn't miss.
They couldn't miss. They shooting in the ocean. So,
but to Kobe's point, I'm gonna make you do that all 4 games. You're gonna have to keep doing that. I'm gonna play the law of the average. I know what Ant-Man finna do. I'm gonna make Nas Reed keep hitting
Luka Doncic on the island with Ant-Man at the top of the key. What is Luka going to do with that?
Barbecue chicken.
Shit, what is anybody going to do with that?
Exactly, but when you got somebody who's slow-footed and not known to be a defender, you definitely gonna get cooked.
Hey, you know what? What's crazy is I see it in Ant's eyes every time Luka they switch. He be like, "I got it. I don't need no help. I got it."
Yeah, in the post-game interview, I kind of read between the lines. I think Ant was being petty when he said this, even though he looked like he was serious when he said it. He called Luka the best young player in the game. You know what I'm saying? And I read between the lines. He was like, "Look what I'm doing to this dude. Y'all talking about he the best young player in the game? Come on, man, get out of here, man. I'm him."
I personally feel like the league is Ants. I feel like the league. I feel like the league is his. Him, guys like Jason Tatum, the young boys. I just feel like it's those young guys, and I just, man, what he did last year against Durant, and what he's doing this year, man. Not a lot, because let's keep it a buck. A lot of us ain't think they was gonna be in this situation without them having, even though Anthony Towns ain't go too crazy, he at least was a reliable 12 points. Right. I don't know exactly what he averaged during the playoffs, but he averaged double digits. So taking that 12 points away, that's 12, 14 points, whatever he averaged. That's some key minutes, and more importantly, another defender. So I don't think a lot of people thought, because Julius Randle, man,
he's shaking.
Yeah.
Hold up, but we got
he playing
playoff series because he
playing well right. No, he playing well, and I think because he is with another dog, and I think he would have Anthony Edwards like, man, we need you. He's allowing him to, do what he need to do within the scheme of the offense. You know what I'm saying? I get it, or whatever. But with that being said, sometimes Randall need to chill on out, man.
Yeah, but you know what? And a lot, I think a lot has to do with his successes. The Lakers, the people that they putting on them, low IQ, dumb as hell. This man can only go left, man. Ain't nobody forced him to go right yet. You know what I'm saying? Look, when he go right, he's going to pass the ball because he's not comfortable getting buckets going right on a consistent basis. Now you let him go left. Hey, look, he can do some things.
Yeah, it's a bucket. It's a bucket.
And I don't understand why NBA players and the NBA coaching staff hasn't pointed that out yet. Or if they
I'm pretty sure they have. They just ain't get it done. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they have. It was in the notes. You got it. I mean, shit, if we see it, you damn sure know they see it.
I mean, we've been knowing this about Julius Randle since Kentucky. He can only go left. Come on, bro.
And then if you didn't know, Atlanta exposed it. When he was dribbling around in circles, just trying to go left.
Man, and it was the same for me in that Knicks Pistons series. You should have seen me hollering at the TV at Tim Hardaway Jr. I'm like, Brunson is left-handed, bro. What are you doing? Like, he do the little sidestep, shoot the left-handed jumper, a big-time jumper. Like, you on his right hand. He going to get his shot off every time. Sit on his left hand. Make him do something else. Like, man, where the IQ at these days? Like, people, come on, we not even there. We not in the film room. We don't have no scout sheet or nothing. We just some regular dudes at the crib that used to do some things on our respective court and field and all that. That's just watching it on TV and know this. Come on, bro.
His brain might have been fried because I believe Jalen Brunson was cooking that boy that game. I mean, he was giving him that work.
I mean, Jalen, hey, Bronson doing his thing, man. Bronson doing his thing. But to answer your question, point blank, period. Nah, I think the Lakers season is over with. But like I said, man, I hope tonight though they really do put in Bronny, man, and let him get some minutes. You know, maybe hit a couple shots. He looking good in warm-ups. I put the warm-ups in our group. I put the warm-up in the group text. You know what I'm saying? So
this was stars are born, man. Put Bronny in there, man.
Yeah, man. Let him go ahead and play, man.
I know one thing for Ant-Man's legacy, he better not let them come back from 3-1. I don't think it's gonna happen. But you better not let that shit happen. You better not.
Do the Lakers got home field? Do the Lakers got home court? Or do what you call
not no more?
No,
but yeah, they got home court. Lakers the 3rd seed and the Timberwolves 6th seed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Bet. All right.
But yeah. But look, man, we gotta jump in. We gotta talk about some football, man. We had a great week of NFL draft action, and I want to get your guys' opinion and reactions on what you saw in the NFL draft. But you know, before we talk about anything else, we got to talk about the main thing, the number one topic, and that's Shedeur Sanders dropping all the way down.
Wait. Let's talk. No, let's say that. Let's say the best for last, Cole. Let's say the best for last. Let's say that for last. Let's go to all our respective teams and talk about our own personal drafts, and then let's talk about what you might like and what you didn't like. Maybe some sleeper picks or something like that.
All right, let's get it. So, Mo Money, let's start off with you. With how you feel about Dallas and their draft picks?
I felt like we had a pretty good draft. You know, it's never sexy to draft an offensive lineman, especially a guard with a number 12 pick. You hope that he lives up to the billing, but if you're trying to establish a certain identity, which is running the ball, Schottenheimer running the ball, you have to have 2 guards that can do that thing because he run that power running scheme. They're more important than the tackles. And then I thought we got some great value with Siobhan Revel in the 3rd round. As long as he comes back healthy, 6'2" corner, running a 4.4, 4.3, great length because we switched into a zone scheme under Matt Eberflus. So I think he'll fit that perfectly. And then we got Jaden Blue in the 5th round. He's running a 4.2, 40 in the running back position at Texas. As long as he can fix the fumbling issue that he had, which is coaching, I think we'll be all right with that. So overall, I thought Dallas had a pretty good draft. I would have liked to walk away with a wide receiver, but you can't have it all in the draft. So overall, I like it.
Yeah, and just the FYI, NFL.com, they gave you guys an A- grade for the draft. I think they gave you a B+ for the 1st round and a A- for the day 2 and day 3.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, y'all got that boy from Maryland too, that defensive tackle.
Oh yeah. I can't say his name.
Yeah, let old dog say it.
I can't say it.
The boy from Maryland. Big D lineman, D tackle. Been eating too much mumbo sauce and wings and fries. You gotta lay off the mumbo sauce. Yeah, you gotta lay off the mumbo sauce down in Dallas for sure.
Hey, look, fellas, we got our special surprise guest in the building, in the dugout, man. We're going to bring him on right now, man. Welcome to the show, family to the show. Our bro, former NFL Pro Bowl safety, our man, Antoine Bethea in the building. What's up, bro?
Yo, what's going on?
Hey, philanthropist, entrepreneur, business owner. You hear me? What's happening, bro? What they do? Ain't not much, man. hey, we talk about this football, but we you know, I'm gonna go ahead and go so that way you can listen a little bit and then chime on in whenever, man. We just want you to come on the show, man, and chop it up, man. This ain't no interview. It's just good, just the fellas chopping it up, talking shit. You already know. We appreciate you. We appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. To all our listeners and viewers, that's what we do. You never know who might pop up on the show. You feel me? Real shit. But no, a quick story about my draft. So I'm watching the draft, and as you all was too. And then you watch the green room. You see the youngin' in the blue from Kentucky, the corner, and this motherfucker in the green, fake ass Miami slick little sick silk outfit keep shaking everybody's hand, right? When they walking out the green room. So me and the first lady watching, I'm like, man, who's this big motherfucker in the green? Man, sit your big ass down and chill on out, right? So I watched the 16 pick, so they get to 17. They say with the Cincinnati Bengals select with the first round, number 17 pick. I can't even name his name. What's his name, Cole?
Miles Stewart.
Miles Stewart. Man, they went to that motherfucker in the green. And I almost ran out the house and jumped in the pool. I said, damn. Cincinnati Bengals, man. This man got this man got 3 sacks. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, Cincinnati gonna find a way to lose, man. We did get a good guard from Georgia. I like the young boy from Georgia. I like him.
Dylan Fairchild.
Yeah, he can boogie a little bit, but for the first round pick, man, you gotta protect we need to protect Winter is coming. We need to protect Monkey Joe. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't do that. So, you know, like I tell people all the time, man, you gotta be a different type of dude to root for the Cincinnati Bengals, man. It's tough out here for us, man. But you know, that's just
It looked like they gave you guys a C for your draft.
Yeah. Go ahead, man. Y'all got it, man. Go ahead, man. Yeah. Who you like, man? Who little bro, Twan? Who you like, Twan? Who you think had a good draft?
I don't know, man. I feel like Philly always do a good job, right?
Oh yeah.
I think Philly, they always do a good job. And you know, I always go back and forth on, you know, when teams say, you know, we got to pick the best player available, and I feel like that's the wrong way to go about it. You know what I mean? I feel like you got to fill your needs. You know what I'm saying? And I think Philly, I think the Eagles, I think they do a magnificent job in filling their needs, and regardless if they need, you know, if they got 2 or 3 linebackers, they still gonna get another linebacker. If they got 2 or 3 D tackles, they gonna go grab a D tackle and just, you know, work on the depth or whatever the case may be. So, oh my fault. Yo, what? Oh no. So my fault, fella. So
are you good?
So I think they do a good job. I think my Indianapolis Colts, man, I think they had a solid draft. With their first round pick, they picked you know, the tight end from Penn State.
Yeah.
I think that's good for Anthony Richardson, right? Where obviously I think he's gonna have a real battle with Daniel Jones, but I think it's good to have that, you know, that safety blanket, man. And you look at what the Oakland Raiders, what they young boy did from Georgia, the tight end. I think Tyler Warren, he could come in and do something similar. You got a good running back and Jonathan Taylor. You got some capable receivers, man. So hopefully Anthony Richardson, man, he can turn this corner, man. But I think Tyler Warren could be that for the Colts, man. But again, man, it's crazy. I'm gonna go back to Philly. They just coming off a Super Bowl, man. I just think they getting better. They getting better. Other than that, man,
reloaded. Them motherfuckers just look like they just reloaded. Yeah. They gonna keep. They get motherfuckers getting after that quarterback, so we can play coverage. We can sit back, we keep everything in front of us. Come up, make the motherfucking tackle, then put the hand up like this. 4th down. Let's get off the feet.
Philly, I think Philly, man. I think the NFL is starting go back to like when we was coming up, right? Because it got shifted to the pass happy football. You know what I'm saying? In Philly, they play old school football, right? And you know, as everybody know, you win in the trenches, right? Your offensive line and your defensive line. If you can protect the quarterback and you can get after the quarterback. And if you look at Philly, their offensive line is one of the best, and then their defensive line, you know, regardless if it's the first four or the next 2 or 3 that's coming in, they got a solid. So I mean, Philly, they doing it the right way.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, what you think about another organization that you play for, the New York the Giants, with them making the trades and stuff like that? We ain't gonna talk about the, you know, with the elephant, what they say, the elephant in the room. We waiting to talk about that. But what you think about the Giants with, as far as maybe not taking the right, what we might think is the right picks, but do you think they did the right thing as far as trying to get 2 players that maybe fit their system in the first round and their first 2 picks?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Again, you know who those 2 players were. I mean, everybody can have their opinion on that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The boardroom, they did their due diligence, and they felt as though, you know, they picked the person that they thought was right for their system. But I think that was the right thing to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, try to get the most bang for your buck, and hopefully it turns out. But in that situation, I think it's cool too that you have 2. Obviously, I think they got like 5 quarterbacks on their roster right now. So obviously, you know, somebody's going, Russell Wilson or Jameis, one of them going to be out of there, in my opinion. I think so, in my opinion. You're not going to draft a quarterback first round and then you're going to have them 2 guys sitting there. I think Russell's going to be your starter at the beginning of the year. I think at the end of the day, I think Jameis might not be out of there. Jackson Dart, he'll be your second string. And depending on what Russell Wilson do the first half of the season or whatever the case may be, you will see Jackson Dart. But you know, I think New York, it's gonna be tough for New York with what Philly doing, what the Commanders are doing, that whole culture shift. And then
shout out to the Commanders. Shout out to the Commanders getting taking the stadium back to Washington D.C. Man, that's gonna be crazy, man.
That's big time, man.
Yeah, that's big time.
New York, man. It's gonna be tough for New York.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Cole, what you got for us, Cole? I think Baltimore had a beautiful draft.
I loved everything that they did, man, from round 1 to round 7. And they did draft first. You know, remember on the show before the draft, I wanted them to draft Malachi Starks, the safety out of Georgia, and that's who they got first. And I think he's gonna be huge for them. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's going to allow Kyle Hamilton to move around and do some things. Last year, you know, they were getting killed deep. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have nobody to stop the big play. I think adding Malachi Starks and they added some other guys in the defensive backfield. You know what I'm saying? That's going to really help them a lot. Then the guy that y'all hit me to last week was Mike Green. I didn't know anything about him, but y'all said he was a dog.
757.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So we got him on the edge, man. You know, somebody that's going to, you know, help us get to that quarterback.
He gonna go crazy, man. He fit that mold of all them pass rushes that they done had in the prop to the prop.
Yeah.
T Suggs, all the boys that came before them. I'm telling you, man. And then he got a chip on his shoulder because he was supposed to go a little higher than what he did.
He's supposed to go before Shamar Stewart. I'll tell you that much.
He definitely is supposed to go before Jolly Green Giant, that motherfucker that's shaking it. Wait, next time y'all watch that them first 15, 12 picks. This big motherfucker keep going up. He think he in Miami somewhere. You in Milwaukee. Sit your ass down. 17 picks, that motherfucker got up and shook everybody's hand. His ass got 3 sacks.
Love, man. Young boy showing love.
And the boy from Kentucky, I like the boy from Kentucky, man. He gonna help Buffalo out a lot, man. I'm telling you. I like this game. I like this game. That boy from Kentucky can boogie, man. He a corner. He can boogie. You know what I'm saying? I think he gonna come in helping that nickel and that dime situation ASAP. ASAP. Yeah. But go ahead, Cole. My bag, man.
No, I mean that's pretty much all I got, man. I just loved all the picks that Baltimore did. It seemed like every draft, though, the GM, the front office in Baltimore, they don't miss. I think they make smart, well thought out draft picks. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully one of these days this season, preferably that they turn the corner and get to the Super Bowl. But yeah, like all their picks. They got several.
Y'all gotta get a quarterback. Y'all gotta get a quarterback.
Dang.
Y'all gotta get a quarterback, and you gotta tell the cheerleaders get away or put helmets on the cheerleaders on the sideline, because that nigga Lamar is fucking up everybody. He's throwing the ball.
Mo Money, I hate to do this twice in one show, but he got to be removed for a second, man. He got to
put him in the penalty box.
He got to cool down, man. Man, he getting beside himself, man. You out of control, cuz.
Hey,
out of control, bro.
Hey, but I like what right there over your shoulder, Twan. I like what the Cardinals did, getting the boy. They got a steal, and we talking about, man. We said we're gonna talk about who got a steal second round to get that boy out of Michigan. Will Johnson.
Will Johnson, corner.
Yeah.
There was had some questions about, I think it was his leg or his knee or something like that. He's been balling. He's been balling.
He gonna be all right, man. He gonna be all right, man. He get out here and get healthy, man, and he gonna be okay, man. That's what they needed, man. That's what they needed. Yep, for sure. Well,
who out of everybody, who you think had the very best draft?
Go ahead, Money Mo. You go first. Who you like?
I think the Baltimore Ravens had the very best draft.
Yeah, they had a great draft.
I mean, to get a starting caliber, he was a top 10 pick. Going into it, consensus. Mike Green was a consensus first round graded player. So you got both of those players coming to a defense that was already stout. I mean, I can't help but to give it to Baltimore.
Yeah. For me, I think it's a three-way tie: Baltimore, the Colts, and a team we haven't talked about, the Raiders. I think they had a hell of a draft.
They did. They had
a good draft. They did. Yeah, they did. Yeah. I tell you who had the worst draft. Bengals, man. Bengals, man. I just don't know what it is with our people, man. I don't know why they don't want to get Joey B no protection, man. I just don't understand that. But that's just me. Well, it's time to talk about the elephant in the room.
For sure.
Money Mo. Go ahead, Kobe. Go ahead, because we ain't tell Antoine when what we go ahead. So you go ahead and put the question out there, and we can chop it up a little bit about it. Then I also want to get Antoine a couple picks on what he think about this NBA playoffs real quick before we get out of here.
Okay. So like old dog, like you mentioned, man, the elephant in the room. We saved it for last, and we wanted Twan to be here to talk about it as well. But Shedeur Sanders, man, what was his draft slide? Fair or foul? You getting different opinions from all over the spectrum. Nobody expected him to drop to the 5th round, 144th pick. We all thought he was at the very least, a first round draft pick, whether it was a top 10 pick or closer to the bottom. But so we were all surprised, and people have their opinion on why he slid down that far. So hey, Mo Money, you got to kick it off for us, man. What's your thoughts and your reactions to Shedeur Sanders' draft slide?
Anybody that's not a billionaire is not going to say it was fair. It definitely was foul play. It was intended to send a message to a young man to kind of humble him throughout this process, and the message was sent and it was received. I mean, in this draft, I don't want to talk any bad about any player, but Tyler Shough, I think that was his name.
Yeah,
he about to be 27 years old. So let's just look at it from a business perspective. If you're investing in a stock, which theoretically players a stock, that stock is already it's peaked. It's 27. It's not going to get as better as Shedeur Sanders, who's 22, 23. So it's a bad investment if we want to take it on that one. So it was 100% foul. But at the end of the day, luck would have it, the Cleveland Browns still got a good quarterback in the 5th round. So that's my take on it, fellas.
What you think, O'Dog?
I think Deion Sanders didn't realize he got they. I think it was a lot of this was towards Deion as well. I think it was a little bit of try to give Deion and tell Deion, hey, look, you on talk shows talking about, my son ain't gonna go here and this and this and that. And hey, look, I get it. But ain't nobody bigger than the Shield. Nobody bigger than the Shield. And some of the, obviously I wasn't there at the meetings, the meetings for the draft and all that type of stuff. I wasn't there. I don't know. All I saw is the same stuff that you all saw on, NFL Network or whatever the case may be. I truly believe it was just something to humble this young man. And, it was an unfortunate situation because when those certain teams passed on him, everybody else had already had a quarterback. You know what I mean? So you're not going to bring them in, or whatever the case may be, to one of those other teams that you already have a young quarterback already established or whatever. So I just look at it like the NFL looked at it as, hey, we're going to humble this young man and we're going to humble his dad and get them to understand that this is the Shield and ain't nobody bigger than the Shield. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, and for me, it's some bullshit anytime Donald Trump called the NFL owner stupid for not taking Shedeur Sanders. You know it's some bullshit going on. You know what I'm saying? But like you say, Oda, I agree with both of you guys. I think that the NFL definitely tried to make a point and humble not just Shedeur, but humble the Sanders family. I mean, they come with a lot of bravado, a lot of confidence. I mean, we all know Deion Sanders. We all know what he brought to the table on and off the field. And he still brings that as a coach. And he instills that into his sons as well. And I think that threatens a lot of people, in my opinion. I think a lot of organizations don't want that type of attention and energy in the organization, and I think that they wanted to really drive home the point that, look, we're not going to have any of that here in our organization. Your dad is not going to be involved in what we do day to day and what we do with you as a player, and you need to be humble. You're not the face of the team. You're going to fit into what everybody else is doing, and you're going to humble yourself and work hard and do whatever, but it's not going to be one of those Colorado things where you could roam around and do whatever you want to, miss OTAs and stuff and be at Fashion Week and all that stuff. So they just know that it's a new day. So it was obvious, but I just don't like the people who said he dropped in the draft because of different of his play. Come on, man. Let's not do that, because this guy for the last 2 years has been one of the top two prospects at quarterback, and we all say, is he going to go number one? Is he going to go number two, top five? There was never a conversation of him potentially going outside of the top five until right near when the draft was about to start. And I was just, before I hand it over to Twan, I was just looking at Fox Sports. They had this list that came out like a year ago, and it was the best quarterback prospects since 2023. And so just to put it in perspective, they had Caleb Williams 1, C.J. Stroud 2, Jaden Daniels 3, Drake May 4, Bryce Young 5, Penix Jr. 6, Cam Ward 7, Shedeur Sanders 8, J.J. McCarthy 9, Bo Nix 10, Anthony Richards 11. And why is this important to say? Because if you look at all of those players that I just named, Caleb Williams got drafted. He was the number one pick. C.J. Stroud was the number 2 pick. Jaden Daniels number 2 pick. Drake May was what he was, number 3 pick.
Number 3, yeah.
Bryce Young was the number 1 pick. Penix Jr. was number 8, I believe. Cam Ward, as we all know, went first. J.J. McCarthy, he went to 10th pick. Bo Nix was 12th. And then Anthony Richardson was the 4th pick. And then you got Shedeur Sanders, that other person on that list, goes 5th round, 144th. Come on, man. You can't make this up, man. It's right there in front of your face, and they're not trying to hide it. People can make all the excuses and come up with, his arm, he don't have this strong arm, or he's not athletic. He only runs a 4.8 40 and all this stuff. Come on, man, cut it out, man. It was bigger than football. Why he was the 144th pick. So with that, I'm gonna pass it to you, Twan, man. We definitely want to get your reaction.
Nah, I mean, I agree with everything y'all said. I think it was bigger than football. Again, the past 2 years we've been talking about, Shedeur Sanders being one of the top quarterbacks in college football, right? So even leading up to the week prior to the draft, I kind of got out there that Cam was going to be number 1, but without a doubt in our mind, we knew that Shedeur was going to be the second quarterback off the board, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, like y'all said, man, it was definitely much bigger than football. I think the confidence, rubbed people the wrong way. When you look at Deion saying like, look, I want the best for my son, as any father would want. I want my son to be able to go to an organization that's going to help him as a quarterback, because we've seen what happens to these young quarterbacks that get drafted early, and a lot of them go to teams that's not good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Bryce Young go to Carolina, right? And good quarterback, right? But they didn't have the pieces around him, and people try to fry him, right? Oh, he's a bust. You know what I mean? They didn't get that man a season. So just like the Mannings, I want my son to go to an organization that's going to best serve my son at the quarterback position. And I think that's what Deion did. Obviously, I think people look for, as we know, they look at Deion and, Archie Manning totally different. So again, however you feel as though, Deion comes
look at little man in the building. Yeah.
If you feel how Deion or Shedeur comes across, like, that's built off confidence. That's built on years of Prime doing it the right way on the diamond, on the football field, the media. You know what I mean? So that man got a right to be confident in what he's talking about, or how he's raising his sons or whatever. But but for Shedeur to get drafted 5th round, I think the league created a monster. I think the perfect situation is going to blow up in their face. Obviously, right now he's the number 1 selling jersey right now.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, he the number 1 selling jersey already.
So with that, you're gonna go into camp, you're gonna compete. The young man that got drafted before him in Cleveland, I think he's gonna beat him out. Deshaun Watson not gonna be ready, and at some point the fans gonna want to see Shedeur on the field.
Yeah.
The fans are gonna want to see that, and then
especially the kids, man. The kids love him. And
then at some point, the league gonna want to see him.
Absolutely.
The league is gonna want to see him. That's what the league is about. It's not $1 billion business for nothing.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You can't have the number 1 selling jersey on the bench. You know what I mean? So again, man, I think it's going to play its dividend. It's going to work itself out. And I hate it had to happen like that in front of the world, but I think he's going to go to work, man. It's going to work out for him.
Yeah. And I just hate people like Swagoo. He had to take that, well, he's not proven. He's not a proven NFL player.
Who is in the draft?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's not a franchise changing player for the next 10 or 15 years. Like, you don't know who's going to be that yet. But
nobody thought Tom Brady was.
Right. But what we do know heading into the draft, outside of Cam, he was the best thing smoking at the quarterback position.
Yeah, at the quarterback position. I did feel a little bad for Cam though, man. You know, and I don't feel a little bit. He's still getting ready to get 46 for being a number 1 pick. So he good. But you know, I feel like it was so much hoopla about Shedeur. If you really look at the that first round, and then you know when he got when he went up and did the commissioner, whatever, shook the hand, whatever. They ain't even show his interview. They was still talking about Shedeur, and it just goes to the point that you were saying, Twan. NFL money driven. It ain't $1 billion business for nothing. So yeah, like you said, yeah, you might start off. Yeah, well, nah, we humbled him, but I tell you what, if he mess around, go out and have a couple games and such, or the next time he go to that table when they do hold the cards, good luck. Good luck. Yeah. I'm rooting for the young man. I think he's starting to do the right things. Not only you talking about his jersey sales, but he also they had a clip of him today going to the local I think it was like the local middle school or elementary school. He already making his presence felt in the community. So they know what they doing. The Sanders family know what they doing. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Sanders family know what they doing. You already know. Shout out to Pops right there. You already know.
On the business side, Odell, you brought up a good point. While it was a bad situation for the owners because you want to draft him in the first and second round to control him with that 5th-year option, especially in the first round.
Hey.
By going in the 5th, he'll be able to get to the bag a little bit sooner.
Yeah.
That's where the owners tricked off trying to make a point because it's a bad financial move for them. So now he's gonna be in a Brock Purdy situation.
Yeah, they saved a lot of money up front, but boy, oh boy, that man mess around have 2, 3, and look, and if you gonna give Deshaun Watson that type of bread and all his money was guaranteed, shit, I'm like shit. We starting at where Deshaun Watson money was. And I need everything guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? He gonna help that Cleveland market out big time for sure. Yeah, for sure. You already know. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Cleveland and good luck to the young man. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, somebody gonna get him under his wing, and you know what I'm saying? And he gonna learn from Joe Flacco because Joe Flacco seemed like he the ultimate pro, man. You know what I mean? So yeah. You already know.
Welcome to the AFC North, brother.
Yeah. Good luck. Good luck with playing against our mob because we know it's the best quarterback in the NFC and best quarterback in the league is that team. Winter has come. Joey B. Yeah, you already know. So Cincinnati Bengals. You already know. Cincinnati Bengals play like the CFL, baby. We scoring points, no defense. No defense. You already know. Hey, Cole. I'm interested in getting with Twan. What you think about these NBA playoffs, man?
Yeah, definitely. So we talked about it on the onset of the show. But yeah, we want to get your opinion, Twan. What you think about these games so far? We had a few tough series. Physical series that we all think, kind of resembled a 90s type of play. So what you think about the playoffs so far?
That's exactly what I was about to say. I'm like, I like the physical play, man. The shit, the physical play, like, you know what I mean? They bringing that back, the refs letting them play a little bit more, man. So I think that's been the most exciting thing about the playoffs this year, right? Just the competitiveness, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, not a lot of brother-in-law, not a lot of, dapping up and shit before the games. You know what I'm saying? Like, Anthony Edwards going at LeBron last game. So that's the type of, I think that's been the most exciting thing for me. My mob, Orlando, they out of there. You know what I mean? But being able just as a basketball fan and just kind of see these fellas go out there and just hoop, man, and ball and go at one another, man. Like, I think that's the most exciting aspect of the playoffs this year.
Yeah, hold on, Troy. How you become an Orlando fan?
Man, like when I started really understanding ball, man, it was Penny, it was Shaq, it was Dennis Scott, it was Nick Anderson, Scotty Skiles, Horace Grant came over, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's when I really was understanding ball. I mean, at that time, everybody was liking the Bulls. So, you know, I kind of went over to the other team in the East, you know what I mean? So ever since then, I kind of been rocking with them.
Yeah. Hey, Penny Hardaway, we need you on the show too, bro. You stole my sweatpants back in '96, so you at least can come to show the No Cap Sports Show podcast some love. Damn.
Hey, shout out, shout out to for all our listeners and viewers. Y'all don't know, Twan also was a 2-sport athlete. He played that basketball, man, and back in the days, we used to.
Twan, I see your clips too. I see you out there hooping.
Back in the day, Howard University used to have an intramural basketball league, Money Mo. And the reason why Twan talk about he liked the physical play, right now, I still got a gash in my head. My shoulder don't work right. Man, this man like you coming across the middle. I said, we was just out last night. How are you fouling me like this? You know what I'm saying? Dropping buckets on the board.
Ran the old heads out the gym.
Nah, that ain't true, Money Mo. You know that. Money Mo, you know that ain't true.
But cool, man, it's on different, man. I'm at the YMCA, man. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, man. We getting it in 40 and up.
Yeah.
But man, them knees and ankles, man, like if you running up and down that hardwood floor, man, 3 days out the week. So I did it out these past 2 weeks, man. I'm like, damn, I'm thinking I'm good, you know. I'm moving around, working out, doing some shit.
Yeah.
Man, damn knees start getting sore, ankles start getting sore. Like, yeah, you sit your ass down somewhere.
There you go. That's what's up.
Who y'all got winning? Who y'all got winning though in the finals? Who y'all got?
Oh man,
that's a tough one. I think the finals gonna be on the eastern side. I like Cleveland and Boston, and I got Cleveland coming out the east. I got Cleveland coming out the east and out the west. I just think it's time for SGA. We talked all these playoffs basketball, but see, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. We talked about basketball this whole entire time, and none of us brought up Cleveland, and ain't none of us bring up SGA and what OKC doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, I get it for what they did last year, you know, getting bounced out, whatever the case may be, but they took care of business and showed people, look, very easy in the first round. They did what they were supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And I think them young boys got a chip on their shoulder for what happened last year. So I'm going for the underdogs, not the big franchises. I'm going for OKC in the West, and then I'm going for Cleveland, and I like Oklahoma City to win that joint. And SGA, I don't care what the Joker is doing right now. SGA is supposed to get that MVP.
Yeah,
SGA that MVP.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm going with Cleveland too, coming out the East. I think it's their time. I just like the makeup of their team. I like the physicality of their team. I like that they got 3 rim protectors that they can rotate and use at any time. So I think they're going to bully Boston in a sense, because we've seen when you allow the physicality in the game, when somebody takes it to Boston and you know, put hands on them, you know what I mean, especially Tatum, you know what I'm saying, sometimes it takes a little bit away from what they do offensively. So I think Cleveland, just the makeup of their team, they got the right ingredients to take Boston off the throne on the East Coast and make it to the finals. And on the West, man, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna stick what I said. I don't think the Thunder is going to make it out of the West. I don't think they're going to the finals. I think
you said the Lakers. You said the Lakers, and you said you was going to let Bronny get some minutes.
Hold on, man. Stop it. Stop it. But for real, I know I said that whoever win between the Clippers and the Nuggets, I think they beat Oklahoma City next round. I just think that. Yeah, it looked like my Lakers cooked, man. I'm really disappointed, but I don't know what else they can do. I mean, even when they play their best basketball, they still lost. You know what I mean? When they was lights out, you know, shooting well and stuff like that, but they just they don't have a rim protector. They play small ball. And I told y'all this earlier. Anytime you got a 40-year-old man in his 22nd season as your best defender, you're not doing something right. You know what I mean? So, Minnesota can do it, and it's not just Ant Edwards. Ant Edwards going to do what he do, but everybody else is doing what they do too. So that's really killing them. You got Ant Edwards going for 40, but you got your sixth man going for 30. You got Randall going for 25. You got somebody else going for 19. Like, what? I mean, come on, man. What are we doing? You know what I
mean? Yeah.
So I like.
You got money, Mo?
I like Boston out east. I just think that at some point the real Donovan Mitchell will show himself. He's been choking for a long time in these playoffs.
It's time, though.
At some point, it's a guy by the name of Drew Holiday and Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? It's a little different when you got to go up against a real defensive squad, especially.
Boston got a good ass team, man. That's one thing people talk about, and I love how they stay under the radar. They be chilling, man. They don't even get into all that what people be talking about. They play well together, man.
Yeah,
they play good blocks.
Pedigree.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know my problem is when I evaluate Boston, because sometimes I still got this old school mind frame where, we was taught you live by the 3, you die by the 3. So I was like, it's no way, man, you're going to keep winning these games and winning championships and all you do is shoot, just pumping up all these threes, man. You got to, where the mid-range at, where your interior game at. But look, it's been working for them. I ain't going to lie, man. They keep shooting them and shooting them, and they making them for the most part. But if they do have a cold night, they do get knocked, get blown off the court, but they just don't have many cold nights.
Nah. And because of their defense, they hold the other team to lower percentages. That's the part where Golden State can do it, and that's why Boston can do it because of their defense. Yeah. Now, in the West, man, the West is tough because I mean, we talked about experience early. I just don't know if OKC has enough of it yet. One team that we didn't really talk about that we forgot was in the Western Conference Finals last year was Minnesota. Right, I think you talked about them a little bit.
Yeah, Minnesota. Yeah, for sure. I like Minnesota. Yeah, I like Minnesota. We getting ready to get rid of the Lakers in a minute, right after this game. Getting ready to send him up, but I think Bronny going to provide that spark that they need. He gonna give them a couple.
Now we talk about. Hey, I think Antoine brought it up as far as the business of sports. For the NBA's sake, they need Ant-Man in the finals against Boston.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, Jason Tatum and that other boy Brown and Ant. That would be a crazy fun.
I got a question for y'all. Golden State Warriors with Jimmy Butler, Steph. Do y'all think they can make a run?
No, Draymond Green gonna foul. He gonna get a technical. He gonna miss a game here in a minute. So he about 2 seconds away from getting a technical. We just talked about that. He right now he is top 5 player for dirtiest players that ever to play in the NBA.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, little bro. You know your big bro, Twan. I would have had to undercut him or something. I would have had to get him. I would have had to get him, man. He a dirty player, but I think they obviously Houston blow. I think they pretty much like, man, we ain't even worried about this game. They gotta come back to Golden State. They gotta come back to that West Coast. So I think Golden State sort of was like, whatever. We got 2 more games. We up 3-1. So I think they sort of chilled this game. But I think I truly believe they're gonna end the series next in Golden State whenever the next game is, and I think they're gonna lose to whoever they play next. I don't think they can make a run. That's just my personal opinion. What y'all think?
Yeah, that was my opinion too. I did pick them to beat the Rockets. I just didn't think Rockets was ready yet. I think they too inexperienced, and you can tell by their play. Like, I mean, they did well tonight, but all the other games that we watch play, I mean, offensively, they look like they playing rec league ball. You know what I'm saying? I don't really see what they trying to do. It's just a bunch of ripping and running up and down the court and jacking up shots. And defensively, they just seem lost like deer in headlight. But so yeah, I definitely had Golden State because of their experience, and of course, they got the Steph, Jimmy Butler, who always plays big in the playoffs, and then Draymond. He's just always that X factor for them. But I just don't see them. Let's say Minnesota probably will be the team that they play, unfortunately, but I just don't see them beating Minnesota because their team is kind of made up a lot like the Lakers, where they play a lot of small ball. Yeah. They don't really use a rim protector a lot. They're a little bit of an older team or whatever the case may be. So I just don't think with the firepower that Minnesota has, I just don't think that Golden State can beat them in the series.
So let's say a miracle happens, they get past Minnesota. They're gonna have to either play Oklahoma City, potentially Denver, or even the Clippers front court. They're just at a disadvantage. Their front court is too small for any of those teams. Yeah. And then on the perimeter, each one of those teams can match whatever Golden State can do. So I think this is just not their year. And if you think that Luka getting cooked in the pick and roll, wait till you see what that Ant-Man pick and roll gonna look like when Steph got to switch on Ant-Man.
Yeah,
man, Ant-Man out that joint playing press coverage on LeBron.
That's what the league need, man.
Yeah,
need that.
Yeah,
so that will go get snipped. But outside of that. Outside of that, Paul.
Hey, switch it up a little bit, man. It's such a crazy thing, man. I know the draft. It going back to you. When you was coming out, and you know what I'm saying, and things like that, or whatever the case may be, man. The whole overall dynamic, man, of the HBCU. My love-hate relationship with their school on Georgia Avenue.
They don't do that.
And yeah. What'd he say? I ain't hear what he said.
I said, don't do that.
Yeah, I do. So, but just to have one player drafted this year, if I'm not mistaken, just a young man from Alabama A&M. And I get it, as a business owner, you want to try to get the most talent you can, for cheap as you can. But come on.
That's what it is, though, bro. Like, at the end of the day, it's the business of football, right?
Yeah.
And being a HBCU advocate, I hate it that it's like that, but exactly that's what it is, right? They feel as though I can go get this player as a priority free agent where I don't have to give as much more money up front. That's exactly what it is, right? And we will see if this young man can make it through. Because if you look at it, at the numbers, 9 times out of 10, that HBCU player that's in camp, he's gonna make the team.
Yeah.
I mean, you just look at it. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's not a bunch of names that people know, but you look at these rosters. They got some HBCU cats here lately that's made the rosters, right?
Yeah.
But again, unfortunately, man, I just think it's the business of football. And what I've been saying the past couple of years too is that being that I started working with the agency a little bit, and you going to these different all-star games, and you kind of sitting in these meetings at the combine and things of that nature. You got to look at the people who's going to these schools and scouting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, do they really know what they're looking for, or what they're looking at? You know what I mean?
Right.
To be able to go back to their boss and stand on the table for a young man at an HBCU.
100%.
Right? So you can go to a Miami, you can go to a University of Texas, you can go to Ohio State, and the boy could be some shit. But you can be like, oh, he at Ohio State, man. He's good. You know what I mean? This is what I graded him at, right? Whereas if you go to an HBCU, you're gonna have to look over some things, right? Like you're not gonna go into the facility and it's gonna be some nice shit. You're not gonna go into the locker room and it's gonna be nice, or the weight room is gonna be nice. You're really gonna have to sit down and really look at the player on the film or on the field and be like, yo, I think he could be an asset to our team. And not saying that is everybody, not all scouts, but an area scout that's going to be able to go back and write a report on a young fella and be able to stand on the table and be like, yo, he can really play football.
Yeah,
I think it's lacking there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then at the end of the day, it's the business of football, man.
No, 100%. 100%.
Hey, you guys got what's the update on KG on Kenny Gallup?
He actually Antoine and I just talked about that earlier this week. He's still talking to some teams. He's trying to get some looks. You know, a lot of times you know, they just did all the priority free agents and stuff like that right now. So, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully he gets a at least a rookie mini camp invite, or whatever the case may be. Then if he gets that, but shout out to a couple of the other young men. They did get some invites to camps stuff from Howard University or whatever. They did get a couple looks, and I'm pretty sure a lot more HBCU guys got undrafted free agent contracts and stuff like that. So bottom line is you just got to take advantage in this, and instead of having that chip on your shoulder, you got to have that boulder on your shoulder and let them understand, you know what I mean? But like I tell the youngins all the time, you got to understand when you at an HBCU, if you got 3 interceptions, in their mind, that's only like 1 interception. You know what I'm saying? You got to go over and you got to, your play has to be so crazy where you make it look so easy that it's almost impossible for them not to take you. You know what I'm saying? As far as your production, and it can't just be 1 year. It got to be a multiple of years. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the boy KG. You know, we still here supporting you. We gonna rock with you. You know, sending your film out and all that other stuff to the people that we know, general managers and so forth and so forth. And at the end of the day, everybody can't come. Everybody don't get drafted. Everybody don't go priority free agent. Sometimes you gotta take another route. So take it as a testimony to your story. You know what I'm saying? Grind, do what you need to do. Work on the things that they said that you were lacking. You know what I'm saying? Work on those things right now. So that way, when you do get your opportunity, whether it's a workout, whether you get invited to a camp, you know what time it is. So shout out to the young boy, man. You already know.
Salute.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I want to give a shout out to Robert Longerbeam as well. He was drafted to the Ravens in the 6th round. He out of Alexandria, T.C. Williams High School. Well, Alexandria City High School now. So just want to give a shout out to him. He played at Rutgers University, cornerback.
Was that the corner? That's the corner. Did he go to Temple first?
I believe he did, and then transferred to Rutgers.
He transferred to Rutgers. Yeah. Shout out to the young boy. Yep. Yeah, for sure. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Okay, bet. Well, before we get out of here, man, I just want Twan, to all our listeners and viewers, you know, I know we be laughing and joking when I say entrepreneur, philanthropist, and those type of stuff like that, man. Could you please let our listeners and viewers know about some things that you got going on, not only with, you know what I'm saying, the beautiful thing that you got going on with the Safe Haven Empowerment Center, you know what I'm saying, back in your hometown, but other, you know, business ventures, you know what I'm saying, so that way we can pump that joint up, tag that joint and get it out there, man. Anything you want to say on the platform and get it out there, man.
Nah, I appreciate the opportunity, bro. I think the biggest thing, man, is you mentioned the Safe Haven Empowerment Center, man, back in Newport News, Virginia. That's something that, you know, we run it through the Bethea Family Foundation, man. That's been something that's been in the making for a while. Well, we shout out to the city of Newport News, partnering with me. We ended up renovating a Boys and Girls Club, man, and we got some good things going on. We do food giveaways every Thursday. We got a community closet where families come in 4 hours out of the day every Wednesday. You know, we got esports room, technology room, the mental health, after school. Got some basketball, you know what I mean, the sports, man. So it's just really wanted to be a safe haven for the kids, man. You know how the youngest is wild, man. So we just want to give them a place where they can come and, you know, better themselves, and even the adults as well, man. So definitely, man, Safe Haven Empowerment Center. Grand opening Blackburn Dispensary, man, coming up May 17th in Highland Park, New Jersey. And you know, man, you know, if any athletes out there want some good, you know, mentorship. You know, I'm doing some stuff with the sport and entertainment group agency.
Shout out to the Sportsnet group. Shout out to Adisa and the whole mob up there. Yeah, for sure.
DC, man, office in Georgetown, man. Been repping. Yep. They've been repping players for 20 plus years, man. And obviously now, man, I'm on the team, man. I just want to help the youngest navigate through the space, man. And you know, whether it's, you know, they're in college or whether they're in the league, man, just help them navigate through the pros, the cons, the good, the bad, the ugly, man, that comes with it. But other than that, man, again, I appreciate, you know, y'all invite me up on the podcast, man. Appreciate
it's home for you, man. Anytime you want to come on here and talk some shit, like it ain't about no interview, no nothing, man. We appreciate you just coming on, chopping it up with us, man, giving us a little bit of your time. I know you busy, you know what I'm saying, especially this time of year with the youngins, you know what I'm saying, and you know, we appreciate you coming on the show, man, chopping it up a little bit.
Man, no doubt, man.
You already know.
I was just in the 757, Tron, man. I was in your neck of the woods, man.
The AAU?
I went down there for the Radcliffe Thomas All-Star Youth Football tournament.
Where was that at?
Huh?
Where was that at?
It was in Virginia Beach.
Okay. At the Sportsplex?
Yeah, there you go, at the Sportsplex. So I went down there and represented the podcast, you know, interviewed the youngins, you know, so they really liked that. I connected with KG when I was down there.
Okay,
so.
now that's a bet.
Yeah.
Tough.
Yeah. But yeah, man, so there we go again, another show under the wraps. We appreciate you, No Cap Sports Show viewers and listeners, for rocking with us once again. We had our special guest with us, family, really. Antoine Bethea was in the building. He's going to stop through whenever.
Hey, little man. Hey,
what's up, little man?
Yeah, what's up? What's up, boy? That boy get big, man. What's up, boy? Yeah. In the cave. That's Uncle O's spot right there. Uncle O come to the crib. Don't even leave the man cave. They can't even find. Yeah, that's what's up. You already know. Go and get us out of here, Cole.
Yes, sir. This is No Cap Sports Show podcast with Sports and Convos Collide. We appreciate you rocking with us once again. We'll see you next week, same time, Wednesday, 8 p.m., and we're going to have some more heat for you. Respect and honor. Salute.